Quick disclaimer, this content features clips from others, but it is repurposed with my own original voiceover, commentary, and transformative edits. I am adding my own unique spin and analysis. Credit to the original creators.
I got a quick little story time, but keep in mind, this is my life, this is my life. Y'all, this why I ain't no bitch that grew up to be no delusion ass bitch. Because, bitch, I was a young delusion ass bitch.
Pause why I started laughing already.
Mind y'all, I had got my ass toe up in 3rd grade, bitch. I'm still holding a little grudge on this shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But this what happened. And this boy, we gonna call him R. We gonna call his ass R, bitch. Because I ain't finna come up with all these motherfucking names. We gonna call him R, y'all. R used to stay in my apartments. R was mixed. So, bitch, you know R got good ass hair. And I told y'all, bitch, all my life, I liked this something older than me, bitch. Even in 3rd grade, how I liked him and he was in the 5th grade. Y'all, I'm telling all the girls in my classroom, like, this my boyfriend. We go together. We sit together on the bush. You know, I'm just making these hoes feel like this my motherfucking man. Because, bitch, in my head, I'm coming like Nikki Parker. How this my man. So, y'all, I done told all these bitches that. Remind y'all, we are in 3rd grade full of messy motherfuckers, bitch. We just messy as hell. So, was we finna get to leave to go get on the bus, bitch? Somebody from my class gonna say, look at that girl talking to your man. So now, bitch, here I gotta put my cape on like I'm Boosie badass.
Not Boosie badass.
And go ahead and say something to her because I done set up and told everybody this man is my fucking man. Keep in mind, this man has never said 2 fucking words to me, bitch. But I just
Delulu.
Bitch, I don't know. I was Nikki and he was Professor Ogilvy, bitch. Y'all, why I walk up to the girl, she in the 5th grade too. I tell her, stop talking to my man. She looked at me. She said, stop playing with me, fat ass little girl. Y'all, my friends looking back. Y'all know that move when Kevin Hart was like, oh, bitch, this how it was. This how it was. So now I'm like, ho, stop playing with me before I do something to you, bitch. Y'all, I must have swung on that motherfucking girl, ho. And I'm telling you, ho, we was going to fucking Fox Meadows at the time, bitch. We had a pole outside that motherfucking school, ho. I'm telling you, bitch. That girl tore my ass up around that motherfucking pole, bitch. I was in the 3rd grade, she was in the 5th grade, bitch. That hoe tore me up. I'm telling y'all, she had to be my ass. And I got my ass whooped about a man I didn't even fuck with. But keep in mind, bitch, this boy named David. Yes, bitch, I'm gonna say David. I am. He cool. David on the bus like, oh, she beat your ass. She beat your ass. Y'all, that bitch was turning me the fuck up, ho. I still got a little grudge in it. But that's why I ain't all on that delusion ass shit, ho. I ain't overplaying my part. Bitch, that man didn't even say nothing to me, and I got my ass so up for him. And he a con now. Bitch, see what I'm saying? Girl, this is my life.
So I have a story time for you guys. It's kind of crazy. But happy Thanksgiving. I found this all out on Thanksgiving, actually, but let me just get to it. So basically, I work in the club. And I had this one friend that I clicked with automatically in the club or whatever. We were really cool. And I don't really get along with girls. Well, I get along with girls, but I don't, like, keep girls close to me. And I was actually really cool with her. Turns out we started hanging out outside of the club or whatever. We were cool, whatever. I went over her house, like, a couple of times, whatever. Went out a couple of times. Went to dinner, stuff like that. Like, 2 weeks ago, I brought her around some guy that I was dealing with. And we went out, we got drinks and stuff, everything was cool. He brought his homeboy. She used to talk to his homeboy, and we went out or whatever, and we just all had a good time. She kind of knew the guy that I was dealing with before because she was dealing with his homeboy, so they were kind of like cool, but not that cool.
Red flag.
So yeah, we went out, got drunk, whatever, everything was cool, great, XYZ. The next day, she's telling me like, oh, like, I never really met him. I haven't really, like, seen him in real, like, life or whatever. Like, yeah, he's cool, talking about the guy that I was dealing with. But I've been talking to him for 2 years. And, like, she was taking pictures of us, like, oh, y'all so cute together, like, da-da-da, cool. Keep in note that he been followed her on Instagram, but he met her, like, 3 years ago when she was dealing with his homeboy, so he just followed her on Instagram, nothing crazy. She never followed him back. 3 days go by, it went out on Friday, now it's Monday. So we only had 3 mutual followers, and then I realized that now we have 4. So I'm like, what the fuck? Turns out that she started following him. So I'm very straightforward. Like, I call her and I'm like, oh, like, why you following him on Instagram? XYZ. She's like, oh, it was nothing. It was innocent. I was like, okay, well, I feel uncomfortable. I'm following him. I'm not insecure, but I just don't play that. Like, I have 2 real friends and I just don't play that. She's like, oh, boo, I would never do that. I don't play like that. XYZ. I'm like, cool. She unfollowed him. It was nothing. But then while she unfollowed him, she's like, oh, how did you even notice? That was a little bit of a red flag to me, but not too much. Stay tuned. It gets good. The club that I work at and I used to work with her at, now he's like, oh, I want to go to the club. I want to go to the club. I want to go, throw money on her.
You want to do what?
And I was like, okay, let's go. And he was like, no, like, I just want to go on my dolo, like, XYZ. I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it because she was used to deal with his right-hand man. So I thought he was going to go with his right-hand man's. So last night, I just get this weird feeling in my body. He goes to the club. And I get a text that he's in the club. So I go to the club. He's at her bar. And he's, like, throwing mad money on her, whatever, cool. I'm like, okay, cool. His homeboy that she deal with is not there. Today, I call his homeboy and I'm like, you wasn't there. Like, where was you at? He's like, oh, I didn't even know he went over there or whatever. And he always goes everywhere with his homeboy. So I was like, what? Turns out the homeboy, like, went to go get liquor because, you know, it's Thanksgiving. He runs to the liquor store and she lives, like, 5 minutes around the block from him. So he's going to the liquor store and he runs into her. She's leaving the liquor store and she's getting in his car. The guy that I was dealing with, she's getting in his car. So obviously that confirmed everything I need to know because she clearly slept with him and they clearly was just getting liquor the next morning because he would never just be in that area. So then I write her. She don't respond. She don't nothing. She don't answer nothing. I call him, the man I used to deal with, and I'm like asking him questions, XYZ, this is that and the third. He ends up admitting to me that, you know, he messed with her and that he's been messing with her for like the past 2 weeks ever since I brought him outside with her. And basically is the reason why he never wanted me to go to the club. And she was like still chilling with me basically while she was basically dealing with him and just didn't say nothing. They went out to eat. They took my pictures together, everything. Moral of the story is do not be friends with these girls in the club because you're a man. And yeah. And basically, if the homeboy never went to the liquor store this morning, he would have never seen them and we would have never known. And no one would have ever said nothing.
Once upon a time, I was in a relationship, a shitty one, with my ex-husband. And I flew home with him knowing that he had just cheated on me.
Oh, hell nah.
My mom was staying at my apartment and watching my dogs. Oh, what a woman. And, and the moment I land, she texts me, I have something to tell you. And I'm like, what? Because my mom and I we already had a really strained relationship, okay? I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty because shit's dark. Anywho, she picks me up from the airport. The moment I get into the car, she says, Nana's dying of cancer. And right away, my alarm bells are off.
Huh.
Because my mother would, okay, I'm just going to tell you. There were times that one time she called my brother just screaming bloody murder and saying that, like, someone was attacking her. And then when cops went over to her place, she had, like, staged pills all strung out. And, like, she also told us another story that is so heinous, I literally am not going to tell you, but just lied about something so fucking disgusting that, like, if a woman tells me this, I'm going to believe her. I'm never going to question it. I'm never going to question it. And I have not questioned it to her, although I know that that's fake. And it, like, she would call her kids and tell us these horrible things that happen because she's just a terrible person and we were trying to keep our distance. But she would try to, like, emotionally manipulate us by, like, telling us some insane fucking story that was not true. Every time not true. To try to, like, right? So I get in the car, me and my ex get in the car, and she says that in a really like, Nana has cancer. And right away I'm like, I just know something's wrong. Not with my Nana, with my mother, right? And she's driving and she just starts like sobbing and she's like, ah! And like she every 5 seconds stops sobbing, looks in the rear view to like look at me to be like, is she seeing this? And then goes back to like, ah. And I was like, just quiet. I'm not giving you an ounce of emotion, woman. Because I knew, dude, my heart palpitations right now. I knew that this was probably one of those motherfucking stories, okay? We get back to the apartment. She flips. Not like angry, like switches. And now she's all like, and now she's hitting on my ex. Sorry. she also like would like smell my ex for long and be like, like I want a piece of that. Something's not right with her. This is not a woman where it's like, oh, my mom's just a little cuckoo. No, something's not right with my mother. Like okay, let's go there. Like I can't go there. I can't go there because she stalks me, guys. She stalks me. But I want to tell you things that she would do that was so inappropriate that anybody would be like, I'm calling a social worker if we were minors. But now as an adult, I realized that things were not right. Anyway, we get home. She's all like goofing, gaffing, and laughing. Which then confirms to me, my Nana's not dying of cancer, right? She says, and then flips again after we're done eating dinner. Flips again after she hit on my husband. And was sleeping in my bed. And I told her, like, hey, and I had a guest room, like a really nice guest room that was set up for a legitimate guest, not just like, an office space. She's sleeping in my bed. Okay, this is not even something that's crazy, but just like used all of my products, like, and the ones that were like really fancy too, and lied that she didn't. And I was like, Mom, your hair is in my fucking bed, right? Anyway, so she snaps back into like, and she's like, I gotta call your sister and tell her. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's still flirting with my ex. So she would go into like bimboification mode anytime that I had like even my high school boyfriends, 16 years old, goes into bimboification mode. And she would like say things to embarrass me, like, and then I'd be like, Mom, and she's like, what? And then, oh my God, sorry if my sister's watching, she's gonna get really triggered at this because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to reenact this without cringing. But like, you call her out and she's like, sorry. Like, literally would do that every time. Oops. Oh my God. I'm actually shaking right now with rage to remember, oops. Oh my God, right? Anyway, so she goes, I'm going to tell your sister. And then she goes and then flips back, like she would flip. She's not dead, she's alive. I just don't talk to her anymore. So I step away and I call my sister and I go, red alert. Mother's about to call you. And she's going to tell you some fishy motherfucking bullshit about Nana having cancer. My sister she's the oldest. So she kind of every time goes into like, she's doing what? Into like protector mode, which it's not her. She doesn't need to do that. She doesn't need to be a parent because she was forced to be one growing up. Although I do think she just is very protective of me and my brother. So she's all angry and she's like, I'm calling my aunt, right? So she calls my aunt, confirms, it's not real. The story was made up. The story's made up. My aunt's like, I'm sorry, what did she tell you? Okay, so my sister gets a call. My mom puts my sister on speaker. Oh, Nana has bone cancer. And then she starts crying. And my sister's like, oh, wow, I'm sorry, that sucks. My sister can really, like, we all can do it. It's because of my mother, because she goes, like, and so now we've just gotten used to just, like, oh, really? With all these, like, elaborate stories where she's, like, sobbing, and she's like, can I hold your hand while I tell you this? No, you can't. And before you go, your mother seems mentally ill. 100%. 100%. But that's not my cross to bear, right? So anyway, that's just one of the stories about my mother. I don't know why I was telling you that. I think it's because I've been talking to my family lately about her, because all of us are kind of like, whoa, that was crazy. Because she's not in our life at all anymore. She's currently suing my dad. So that woman is not in my life anymore, and that's just that. But all three of her kids, not in her life anymore. And she, like, posts my TikToks on her Facebook being like, love my girl. I'm like, we haven't talked for, like, a year.
I accidentally blew up my entire family when I was 16.
Please tell me you're joking.
and nothing's been the same since. So growing up, we only had one bathroom, and we had 2 sets of towels. The towels that me, my dad, and my brother were allowed to use, and then like the good towels that only guests and my mother were allowed to use. One day I get out of the shower and there's no more regular towels, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna take one of the good towels. And immediately when I grab one, this little pouch falls out. I recognize this pouch. This pouch is the exact pouch that my mother used to give me for the tooth fairy. So immediately I'm like, why is this here? Obviously I know it's, but I don't know what kind. I'm 16. I know nothing about nothing. My brother had recently moved back home, so I just thought it was his, but he says no. We obviously know it's not my dad's because my dad is a health nut. He doesn't drink. He works out every single day. We just know it's not his. And my mother is already an alcoholic. So we just already knew. My brother wanted to handle it himself, but I felt like it was my responsibility since I was the one that found it. And so I said I would tell my dad. I put it back where I found it. I tell my dad, and my dad goes and finds it for himself. Later on, my dad tries to bring it up to her, and immediately she is defensive, lying, swearing up and down that it's not hers. And it gets to the point where he says, literally, do I have to go to the kids and every single one of the kids' friends that have entered this house and ask them if this is their... She breaks down, sobbing that it is hers. It's only been one time. Obviously, she's lying. And just has this whole dramatic sob story, right? My dad was trying to protect me, so he told her that he was the one who found it because me and her were already having issues. She was being extremely manipulative, controlling, and constantly trying to pit me and my dad against each other. And because I was 16, nothing I said was ever valid. So with all of this going on, I was freaked out. I didn't want to talk to my friends, so I talked to my cousin, who was like one of my best friends. And he tells me, I'm so sorry you had to find out this way, but it's kind of a known fact that your mother gets down like that. So apparently everybody knew but us. About a week later, my dad calls me and he tells me she knows it was you who found it and told me. Your cousin told his mom, who then told your mom, be careful, watch out, she's coming for you. She gets home later that day and I'll never forget the look she gave me. She was giving me the nastiest death stare.
How'd she hate you when she got caught doing the rugs?
And she gave me the death stare all the time, but this one was special. She's slamming things. She's staring at me while she's slamming things. She's just being super passive aggressive. And I already know what time it is. Like, she's just gonna be coming for me for a very long time. So the next day I get home from school and she's gone. She packed her bags, didn't tell anyone where she's going, and she left. We assumed that she went to my cousin's, and she did, because later that night, her side of the family starts blowing me up. Mind you, I'm 16 and they're blaming me for everything. My dad takes my phone and he's like, absolutely not. Like, these people are being crazy. You're not dealing with this. And who cares what they think? Then my aunt, my godmother, sends me a message saying that she's known since I was a child that I was evil and manipulative, that all the problems in my family stem from me, that I'm a brat, and basically that this world would just be a better place without me. And that she's lived with an addict for an endless amount of years, so I should have just accepted it. And I just want to clarify, my mother being an addict isn't what makes her a horrible person. Even if she was sober, she would still be a horrible person, because that's just who she is at her core, honestly. But anyway, hearing that from my aunt when I was already struggling with not wanting to be here anymore was a lot. Where I grew up, teens unaliving themselves was truly an epidemic. And if it wasn't for my dad literally dropping everything that day and coming to pick me up from school and making sure that I was good, I can't say that I would have made it through. After that, me and her family have had no relationship, and that was the beginning of the end of me and my mother. So me and my brother have been no contact with her for over 11 years, and she's never truly tried to make amends with us, and she just continuously paints us as the villains and blames us for everything. So yeah, all of this happened because I grabbed the wrong towel.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share this juicy story time.